Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line and your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled The Return of the King. You see, the return of the King, talking about who? Our Lord Yahweh Shah, who's coming to sit upon the throne of David according to what the Most High Yahweh has spoken. You see, because you have all these heathen in the earth thinking that they're going to be the next superpower in the earth, they're going to be the next to rule and, govern and dictate how things are going to play out. No. You see, that's a fallacy, man. That's a false reality. Because according to what the Most High has promised, the Lord Yahweh Shah has been, he's been ordained to sit upon the throne of King David forevermore. And that's what it's going to be according to prophecy. So let's show you that, man. Let's show you what's written. So we're going to start right here in Luke 1. And we'll start at verse 30. It says what? And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with the Most High. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shah. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give unto him the throne of his father David. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Now, what does this go back to? This goes back to a promise that the Most High made unto our forefather David. When you jump back to 2 Samuel real quick, let's get it. You go back to 2 Samuel 12, the Most High broke this down unto King David, man. And he was prophesying of Yahweh Shah. Well, he was actually prophesying of Yahweh Shah, Solomon and Yahweh Shah. But let's read it. So 2 Samuel 7 and 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee. And that was talking about who? King Solomon. Which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So that lets you know that King Solomon and the Lord Yahweh Shah are the same spirits. King Solomon is the one who built the house unto the Lord, but in his final form as Yahweh Shah, the second most powerful being after the Most High, he's going to establish King David's throne forever. You see? This is what it is, man. This is what the Most High has promised. Oh, real quick, and let's prove that he's going to fulfill this. Oh, man. I know it's in Psalms. We can get this one right here. Psalms 132 and 11, it says what? Psalms 132 and 10. For thy servant David's sake, turn not away thy face from thine anointed. Yahweh have sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne. You see that? Talking about who? The Lord Yahweh Shah. The Most High is not going to turn from that. But you have the heathen in the earth talking about a new world order under the vibration of Satan, man. That shit is not going to come to a full fruition. You're going to be able to fulfill a small portion of it, but when it's all said and done, Yahweh Shah is coming back to cast you down according to what's written in prophecy. You see? I want to find the other one. It's another one in Psalms. I can't remember exactly how it's worded. But the Most High promised that he's not going to lie to David, man. He's not going to turn away from that oath that he made unto him. You see? So let's keep going. Let's go back to so we got 2 Samuel, what I wanted to get out of this. And matter of fact, we gotta keep going. Verse 14 says what? I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, which he did as King Solomon, because we know when he came as Yahushua, he was perfect. He was a perfect sacrifice for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. It says what? So if he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. That happened to our Lord Yahushua. King Solomon died in peace and went back to the fathers, man. He didn't suffer lashes at the hands of men. Our Lord Yahushua fulfilled that. Verse 15 says what though? But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. And we just read that in Luke, letting you know that everything the Most High spoke right here, everything the Most High speaks in the Old Testament, it carries over to the New Testament, man. This is the gospel that they were preaching, that everything the Most High told us in the Old Testament, he's going to bring it to pass. This is what the angel Gabriel told Mary. You're going to have a son that's going to come forth from you named Yahushua, and he's going to sit upon the throne of David, just like the Most High promised right here, man. This is what it's going to be when it's all said and done. This is how us Israelites, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, receive that blessing. You see that our forefather Jacob received from our forefather Isaac. It's going to be through the Lord Yahushua. This is how we get the kingdom, through the Lord Yahushua. Everlasting righteousness, immortality, dominion over the entire planet Earth and the inhabitants thereof is all through the Lord Yahushua, man. And this is what Yahushua is coming to usher in. The prophet seen it, man. And the apostle John saw it in the end, in the final vision. In the book of Revelation, the Lord Yahushua coming back to take over and to conquer the earth. That was all according to what was written in prophecy, man. Let's go back to Numbers. You see it? Was I on the right down? No. Let me see. No, that ain't it. Spell that wrong. Slacky. Can't spell today. Man, where is it, man? Is it Numbers? Salakia. I got the Numbers 24. Salakia. This is Numbers 24 and 15, and this is a vision that the Most High gave a heathen about what was going to be in the end times, man. So when we go to Numbers 24 and 15, it says what? And this foretold the end and what the end of the Israelites is going to be. Because these heathen nations really think they're going to keep us in captivity forever. We're going to continue to be oppressed forever. But that was never the Most High's intention for his people. We had to go through this as a nation to learn what? To learn evil, to become gods. You see? And now that we've learned our lesson and we fulfill this portion of prophecy, the Most High is going to take us from this condition. This is the vision that the Most High has always had for his people from the beginning. See, but leave it up to the heathen, we will never get out of captivity, man. We will never come into what the Most High has promised. And that's what they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop us Israelites from being what the Most High created us to be. And this is why we say Thawadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for the remnant, because through the remnant, this is going to be fulfilled, man. So Numbers 24 and 15 says what? Let's do it. Let's start at 15. Now listen. And now, behold, I go unto my place. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. Let's get this in another version. Numbers 24:14 in the NLT, it says what? Now I am returning to my own people, but first let me tell you what the Israelites will do to your people in the future. You see, he was giving them a vision in the end. And this goes for all heathen nations, man. All of you nations are going to fall under the feet of the Israelites, because that was the Most High's intention from the beginning. You see? So it goes on to say what? Verse 15. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said. He have said, which heard the words of the Most High, and knew the judgment of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes opened. 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. He's what? Talking about reincarnation. He's going to be reincarnated in the last days, and he's going to see who? The Lord Yahushai's return. So Balaam is here somewhere on the earth, waiting for the Lord Yahushai return so he can fulfill this prophecy right here. Because reincarnation is a real thing, man. Everyone is reincarnated, and this is how you heathen are going to pay for the sins of your forefathers, especially you Edomites, man. You see, reincarnation is a real thing. We've all been here multiple times, man. This is not our first time here on the earth, and it won't be the last. You see? Numbers 24:17 says what? I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. That's why I was getting missed. The star of Jacob, not the star of David. A star out of Jacob, which is who? Our Lord Yahushua. And a scepter shall rise out of Israel. Why? Because that's going to be the final rulership on the earth. The everlasting rulership, man. The kingdom will indwell of righteousness. That's going to endure forever and ever and ever. This is what the Lord Yahushua is coming to do. This is what the return of the king entails, man. You see? And it says what? It shall smite the corners of Moab and shall destroy all the children of Sheth. Moab being you Chinese, you so-called Chinese, and Sheth just represents the rest of you heathen nations. So this is a fate that all of you are going to suffer. This is what the Lord Yahushua is coming to usher in, man. So the Most High can fulfill that blessing that he gave unto our forefathers. Fulfill those promises that he gave unto our forefathers. All that's going to be done through the Lord Yahushua. You see? Now as we go on, verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession, talking about his land. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. You see that? We win in the end, man. What does the word valiantly go into? Probably the root word is valiant. With courage and determination, I'm pretty sure the root word is valiant or whatever. Let's do the online etymology of valiantly. Yep, because it's valiant. That's why. Valiant, brave, courageous, intrepid, in danger. Because what? Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, man. And this is what you see happening in the last days. The Most High is taking that weak, docile spirit from his men. And we're standing up boldly on the highways and byways each and every week. No mask, no cover, out there in great boldness in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is what the Israelites will be doing in the last days. It's not a coincidence. You see, it says what? Stalwart, brave. What else we got? Valiant. Having or showing valor. What is valor? Value, worth. I shall make then shall I make a man more righteous than fine gold. And that's because what? We're serving the Lord, man. Doing exactly what he's created us to do. You see? And Israel shall do valiantly. This is what you see happening. Verse 19 says what? Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, And he shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And he that's going to have the dominion is who? The Lord Yahushua. You see, because when you go to the vision of Daniel 7, it lets you know exactly what's about to happen. It's all about prophecy, man. It's all about this is what this book is about. It lays out the will of the Lord and how the course of human history is going to play out. The history of the earth can be found in this book, man. From the beginning to when Yahushua comes into power. It's all laid out plainly. You see? And the Most High set up his men in this earth for this final time to let it be known unto the world. Because what? You people have been lied to for centuries about what this book, what lies in this book. You haven't been given a true understanding of it. So that's why when you hear us bring it out, you're confused and befuddled. You're bewildered. You can't fathom anything that we're saying coming to pass because what? You believe in lies. You live in a false reality. But let's show you what's going to happen according to what the Lord has spoken. And that's all that fucking matters down here, man. The only word that holds any weight here is the word of the Almighty Power, the Ancient of Days. You see? Whose true name is Yahweh. That's all that matters, man. And this is the only thing that's going to play out. No matter how you feel about it, it doesn't change the fact that the Most High's counsel is going to stand forever and ever and ever. So Daniel 7:13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, which is the Lord Yahushua, came with the clouds of heaven, which are the chariots, the so-called UFOs. The same vehicles that took Yahushua back into the heavens after he spent 40 days and 40 nights with his apostles, or his disciples who later became apostles. You see, he was taken up into a cloud. The same cloud that led us in the wilderness for 40 years. That was the Lord Yahushua. And like the angels told the apostles when they were gazing up into heaven, hey, don't worry. The same Yahushua that you see going into heaven, he shall come back the same way. You see, he's coming back on the clouds. We're going to show you. It says what? And came to the Ancient of Days, which is the Almighty Power, Yahweh, and they brought him near before him. And what happened? And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people and nations and languages should serve him. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, going back to that promise the Most High made unto our forefather, King David, of that seed that was going to come of King David's loins. His throne was going to be set up forever. There it is. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, because the kingdom is going to be established in righteousness. It's the final kingdom that the Most High wanted to set up on the earth, and no other nation will come into power after the Israelites establish the kingdom of heaven in the earth, man. You see, we're it. No other nation will have to come up because we're going to live in complete righteousness as the Most High has intended us to do. Now, when you jump down to verse 18, it tells you what? Because it mentions the four beasts that came up with four kingdoms that came into the earth. They all fell. You see, and it ends with Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. And then what happens immediately after Esau goes down? Verse 18 tells you, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. This is the end. This is the vision that the Most High, this is his will, man. This is the Most High's counsel. And he's revealed it unto his secret. He's revealed it unto his servants, the prophets. And we have gone out into the earth as he's commanded us to do, and we're making it public. We're publishing it, letting it be known in the earth what's about to take place, what's about to go down, according to what the ultimate power, the ultimate God has said, man. The only God. Shit. He's the only God. There's only one God, man, and that's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Hebrews, man, whose true name is Yahweh. And his vision is what's playing out in the earth. So to hell with what Esau and his cohorts are doing. The vision of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is what's going to stand, because we know that these words are faithful and true. Now, we read that, right? So now let's go to the New Testament. And we can get it here in Revelation, one of my favorite visions. And we're going to start at, before we get there, before we do that, let's get verse 6. I'm at chapter 6. Revelation 6:1, it says what? And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse. That white horse represents that chariot, that gigantic chariot that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back on. White representing pure, horse representing power, pure power. I saw and behold pure power. Because like the Lord Yahweh Shai told us, he's coming back in great power and glory, man. He's coming back as the second most powerful being to exist. Do you understand what that means? The only one that will be over Yahweh Shai is the Almighty God Yahweh. Do you understand who's coming back to the earth, man? Do you understand? You see? Yahweh Shai ranks every spirit in existence except for the Most High. And he's coming back with power that we can't even fucking comprehend. And you got Esau and his pride thinking that he's going to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. It's going to be a utter decimation, man. You see? You heathen don't stand a chance when our Lord returns, man. He's coming back with power the world has never seen before. So Revelation 6:12 says what? And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is coming to make war with you heathen nations, beginning with you Edomites, because you're the chief nation in the earth. You're the nation that's on top. You're living in your blessing, man. Beginning with the elite of Esau, Edom. Yahweh Shai is coming to take you down. He's coming to conquer, man. He's coming to wage war in the earth. And he tells us that where? Matthew 10 and 30. Where is it? Chris, what was 34? Let me see. It's probably right up under my nose too. Where did I go? Probably hit the wrong chapter. But Matthew 10 and 34 tells us what? Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword. This is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. This is in the red letter. Yahweh Shai is coming to make war, man. He's coming to wage war and to judge. You see this? This is the return of the king, man. You pagan Christians have been lied to for all these centuries, talking about when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns, he's coming back peaceful and he's gonna gather everybody together. And no, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to slaughter, to slay in righteousness. Show you that real quick. Jeremiah 23:5 lets us know what? Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, which is our Lord Yahweh Shai. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth, according to what? According to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns to judge, all of you people, a lot of you people, are going to be worthy of death, man, because of your wickedness. This is what the Lord is coming to do. You see? To wage war. Not to bring peace, but a sword. John 10. That's why I can't find it. I'm in the wrong book. So he's going forth conquering and to conquer. So let's show you this. This is Revelation 19. Start at verse 11. It says what? And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. Once again, he's seeing the second coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. he's coming back on a gigantic chariot, man. A gigantic so-called UFO. And Esau is going to try to spin it as if it's some type of alien invasion. Or you can have Esau, because Esau does have this shit called Project Bluebeam, and he's going to get a lot of people with that. But if it were possible, he shall deceive the very elect. But the elect is not going to be deceived because we understand the Most High's will and we understand what type of spirit Yahweh Shai is coming back in. You see? So if a situation happened where they project so-called UFOs, come down talking to Biden, they shaking hands, we know that ain't the Lord, man. We just read how the Lord is coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back to conquer. He's coming back to wage war. If you have a hologram take place and the aliens come down talking about peace, we just read in Matthew 10 and 34, think not thou come to send peace on the earth, but a sword. So we know how the Lord is coming back. He's only going to get you idiots with that because you don't understand the Most High's will, man. You're still believing in that false doctrine of pagan Christianity. You see? But it goes on to say, Matthew 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, the Lord Yahweh Shai. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. This is what our Lord is coming back to do. This is what our King is coming to do. You see? Just like every king before him, you see? When it was time for a nation to go down, what happened? The nations went to war. And the next empire that the Most High ordained was risen up into power. The same thing is about to happen with our Lord Yahweh Shai. Esau is in power. Yahweh Shai is coming to wage war to take the crown. You see that? So like I said, if a situation happens where you see so-called UFOs come down and they all on TV, however they're going to pick, or aliens or grays or whatever they're going to be, they come down and start shaking hands with the president and they signing peace treaty. Man, look, no. War is going to be waged when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns, man. You see that? This is why it's so important to understand prophecy, so you won't be deceived with the devices of Satan, man. So it goes on to say, verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire. Let you know it's talking about the Lord Yahweh Shai. And on his head were many crowns. Why are there many crowns upon Yahweh Shai's head? Because he's coming to take all the power away from all of you heathen nations, man. You see? And it tells us this in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Starting at verse 24. 1 Corinthians 15 and 24 says what? Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, because he's coming to take you heathen nations down, beginning with you fucking Edomites, man. You see? This is the return of the king. Yahweh Shai is coming back to get busy. You see? Verse 25 says what? For he must reign till he put all enemies under his feet. And this is why he had many crowns upon his head. He's coming back to take Esau's crown and all this power that you heathen nations share with Esau on this earth. And your power is being revoked as well. You heathen will wear no crowns in our kingdom, man. You won't have any say-so of what's going on. We're going to dictate everything. Everything's going to flow how the Most High's people wanted to flow, and it's going to flow in righteousness. You're going to follow our ways. You're going to get down with our program, and if you don't want to do that, your ass is going to be utterly destroyed according to what the Most High has told us in the book of Isaiah 60. You see? But going back to Revelation 19. So Revelation 19 and we'll start at 12 again. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and that goes into his rank. And the thing is, the only ones who know his rank is the remnant of Israel. I just told you his rank. He's the second most powerful spirit in existence. You see? That's his rank. It's the Most High. It's the Almighty Yahweh. Then it's Yahweh Shai. That's his rank. The only ones who don't understand it is these idiots down here on earth, man. The remnant, we understand. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Let me say that. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. We understand, man. You see? It's you clowns down here who make mockery of Yahushua, call them all type of names and stuff, man. Just completely disrespectful. And I'm talking about our people who are doing this to our Lord. Don't understand his rank, but hey, you will soon find out when he cracks those clouds, man. You see? And the type of rank that he holds in the heaven. He gonna hold that same type of rank here on the earth when he comes back to dominate, man. You see? It says what? Verse 13. And he was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood. And that represents all the slaughtering the Lord Yahushua is coming to do. You see? That's why the vesture was dipped in blood. Let's show you this. Let's get it in Jeremiah. See if I can get it right the first time. 32 and 25. Damn it. 25 and 32. I always get that one backwards. There it is. Jeremiah 25 and 32, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation. And that great whirlwind, which represents that chariot of the Lord, that chariot that Yahushua is going to show back up, is going to show up on. You see, that so-called UFO shall be raised from the coast of the earth. 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. This is why his vessel was dipped in blood, man. That symbolizes the great slaughter Yahushua is going to commit here in this planet earth. Why? Because he's coming back to judge righteously, man. Because there is no righteous judgment going out in the earth right now upon the Esau. Yahushua will correct that. You see? It says what? They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. This is how many people Yahushua is going to put to death when he returns. Bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. You see? And it lets us know this again, because precept must be upon precept, right? Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. This is the return of the king, man. And then then Yahushua even lets you know out of his own mouth, those that wish that I not reign over them or rule over them, bring them hither before me and slay them, going into you Israelites who refuse to get rid of the program. You see? He gonna put some of his own people to death. You either gonna get with the program, or we gonna send you back to the spirit world so you can try it again. When you're reborn, when you were reincarnated back into the earth. This is why the Lord's vessel was dipped in blood, because he's hey, you see, it tells you that the blood shall be up to the horse's bridle, man. You see? So, going back to Revelation 19 and 13, it says what? And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. 14. And the armies which are in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Because Yahushua is coming back with the heavenly host, man. He's coming back with the angels in the chariots. So, and they're going to try to demonize it to say what? It's an alien invasion. But no, it's the second coming of the Lord, man. And even Enoch spoke about this, man. Let's get that in Jude real quick. Verse 14. Enoch even spoke about this before the flood took place. So this was the vision from the beginning. It was already declaring the end from the beginning. And things that have not come to pass, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Most High has been talking about this. This is always how it was going to play out. You see? You heathen are the ones that got it wrong, thinking that you're going to rule in the earth forever. No, man. So yeah, man, Salakia. So even Enoch spoke about this before the flood, man. This was the vision from the beginning. Matter of fact, let's prove that because the Most High lets you know everything. This is Isaiah 40. Yeah, fucked my whole flow. Oh man. There we go. Salakia, man. Damn devil coming to the damn door trying to sell some damn solar panels. Fuck. Fuck my whole damn focus up. Isaiah 46:8 says what? Remember this and show yourselves men and bring it again to mind, O you transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High and there is none else. I am the Most High and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning. So the Israelites coming into power in the end, you see, after Esau's taken down, has been ordained from the beginning. This is what the Most High wanted it to be from the beginning, and this is what's going to play out. We don't give a damn about Esau, his new world order, and what he thinks he's going to do in the earth. We're telling you what the Most High is going to do in the earth. You see? Point blank period. Nothing other than what the Most High has said is going to play out. And we're going to continue to tell you that. And that's what it's going to be when it's all said and done. You people will see.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
You people will see, man. That is all about the will of the Most High. Nothing else. So Isaiah 46:10 says what? Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times of things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And from the beginning, this is what the Most High has wanted. His people, the sons of God, who later became the Israelites, ruling in righteousness on the earth upon the our Lord Yahweh Shai forevermore. This is what it is. You see? It's the same vision from the beginning. So going back to Jude 1:14, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints. He's talking about the second coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Before the flood even took place, Enoch was talking about this. Letting the world know what it was going to be when it's all said and done. Verse 15, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which the ungodly have committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. You see? Judgment is coming, man. Like Yahweh shall say, every idle word that man shall speak, he shall give an account for it in the day of judgment. You see? Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It's about to happen. This is what's happening. This is what's going to happen when the king returns, man. Gonna keep saying that. When the king returns, this is what's going to happen. You see? Now, going back to Revelation 19, it says what? Revelation 19:14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. These are the angels operating and maneuvering those so-called UFOs, which are the chariots. You see? They're in fine linen, white and clean, because what? They're completely righteous. And we're hoping to be brought back into that form as well when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns. Now verse 15 says what? Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. You see? Going into those what? The weapons on those chariots, or on that chariot. It says what? And with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. This is what Yahweh Shai is coming to do, man. He's coming to rule over you heathen nations. You see? And when you go into this word for rod, in the Greek, He shall rule them with a rod of iron. It fits all the other prophecies we read. Did we not just read that in Daniel? Did not the Most High tell King David that his throne was going to be set up in the earth forevermore by this seed that was going to come out of his loins? Did not the angel tell Mary that her son was going to sit upon the throne of David and rule it forevermore? What does the throne of David entail, man? What does the throne of David consist of? It consists of all 12 tribes being unified under one spirit once more, and us ruling over the heathen nations once again like we did up under King David. This is what Yahushua is coming to set up. And it tells us the word Rabdos means what?
Strong's G, 4464, Rabdas. Rabdas.
Get to the point. When applied to kings, with a rod of iron indicates the severest, most rigorous rule. You hear that? He's coming to rule over you heathen nations with rigor, and that's according to the law as well. There's a law written that we can rule over you heathen nations with rigor, and Yahushua is coming to fulfill that. You see? Now it says what? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Matter of fact, and Yahushua even promised us that we were going to rule over the heathen nations with the rod of iron. When you get to Revelation 2 and 25, this is the Lord Yahushua speaking, red letter, you see. It says what? But that which ye have hold fast till I come. That which ye, it's like it, Revelation 2 and 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And that's what? This faith, man, this belief. You see? And if we do that, it says what? Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. You see, because what? The nations are an inheritance for us. It says what? Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, the same way we just got out of Revelation 19. It indicates the severest, most rigorous rule. So we're going to, if we overcome and endure to the end, we're going to rule over you heathen nations with rigor. That goes into you heathen nations going into slavery. And there's many prophecies on that. There are many prophecies on that. That might be my next video. The Most High prophesies of that. You heathen nations are going into slavery up under his people. Forever. The Lord Yahushua is confirming that. It says what? Revelation 2 and 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And we know that if we overcome and endure all things, we're going to be made co-heirs in the kingdom with Yahushua. Meaning everything he receives, we're going to receive. So Yahushua has received you heathen nations for an inheritance. And if we overcome and endure with them, we're going to receive you heathen nations as an inheritance. This is what it is, man. This is the truth of the matter. This is just the truth, man. And the Most High sent us into the earth to give you the message. You see? Now back in Revelation 19, it says what? And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power. Now what does the winepress represent? It represents the land of America, man. You see? And it tells us this in the book of Isaiah 63 and 1. Red, bright as hell. Isaiah 63 and 1, it says what? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. This is our Lord Yahushua, coming back from the great slaughter that he's committed here in the land of America. You see, casting out great judgment, because this, out of all the countries on the earth, America is going to be punished the worst. You see, all hell is going to break loose. A bunch of chaos and confusion is going to take place. You're going to have the 200 million thermonuclear warheads barreling down upon this place. And you're also going to have Yahushua and the heavenly hosts shooting concentrated fire in this fucking land, intensifying the punishment. You see? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has it out for America, man. So all this bullshit, what you people are constantly speaking, talking about God bless America, that's the furthest from the truth, man. America has been cursed by the Most High from the beginning. You see, and the world is going to see how much the Lord hates this place, man. Like it tells us in the book of Revelation 14 that the smoke of this place is going to go up forever and ever. It tells you that in the book of Revelation 18 as well. You see? But verse 2 says what? Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Like he was stomping out grapes. You see? Verse 3 says what? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. He's talking about the great slaughter he's going to commit in his land, man. Compared it to a winepress, and you people are the grapes. You see? To be smashed up under the Lord's foot. Verse 4 says what? For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. This is the time when he's going to save his elect. You see? Verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to Isaiah 63 and 5. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. So Yahweh Shah is coming back in the furious spirit, man. That's the complete opposite of what the Christian church has told you people for all these centuries. Yahweh Shah is coming back furious. You see? To slay, to slaughter, and to judge in righteousness. Verse 6 says what? And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk of my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. Meaning what? He's coming to cast down this Edomite system, man. He's coming to punish you people, man. This is the return of the king. You see? It's going down. Now back here, verse 6 says what? We'll wrap it up after this. It says what? And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You see? So this is what the world has to look forward to when the Lord Yahweh Shah returns, man. Not that bullshit you've been told in the pagan Christian church for all these centuries. The day of the Lord is going to be a bright and beautiful day. And no, it's going to be the complete opposite. That's another video. But yeah, man, Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. This is how the king is returning, man. You know? This is what he's coming to do. He's coming to wage war and to take down our enemies once and for all, man. Thus saith the Bible, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.